Hi everyone. So I want to tell y'all about my first anime convention. I know I filmed about it after, but I don't think I ever posted it and I think I lost the footage. So I don't have the big huge haul, but I can show you some of the things that I got at my first anime convention and I can tell you about said anime convention. So first of all, I went to AkaiCon 2023 in July. It is now like September, October when you're seeing this, somewhere around there, probably October of 2023. So let me just kind of show you some of the things I got that I know I have from AkaiCon. So first of all, I have this lovely little container. It has a bunch of buttons in it. So I actually have this from school. It's a dance thing. So I think almost all of these are from the KaiCon. I think there's like 12 of them. So I'll show you each of these individually. First of all, I got a Love is Love pen, which I will be using at some point. I'm gonna go through as I go. Let me just kind of organize as I go. I do love organizing my pens and changing my organizational. Okay, whatever. I'm gonna show these last. Next, I also have a Victor from Yuri on Ice. These hate me. I have Yurio from Yuri on Ice. And then I also have Yuri from Yuri on Ice. Next, I have Ladybug. And, of course, you can't have Ladybug without Chat Noir. Again, all these I got from a KaiCon by an amazing vendor. So amazing. I got Italia from Italia. Sorry, Italy from Italia. I also got France from Italia. And then I have some lovely Girl Scout ones in Hamilton as well. And then finally I have Katsuki Bakugo and Ejiro Kirishima from My Hero Academia. If you love any of these, please let me know. They are so cool. I love them. I even use them for my Bakugo cosplay at some point. I was using them for my Bakugo. And then I also have Shoto Todoroki and Izuku Midoriya. Those are my lovely button collection. And then I can show you a few others. I got this lovely thing by Mutant cosplay. She is amazing. I also, as you can see up here, I have posters. Hi. I have this one and this one. They're My Hero Academia ones. This one's Halloween, and then that one's just Kiri and Dinky. And then I have a signed Hawk Moth one from the voice actor, along with Tiki. And then I have another signed voice actor one. Originally thought it was Sailor Moon. It was not. It's fine. And then I have a Yuri Below one. Yuri on Ice one that I got. Those are all the ones I got from the anime convention. And I have in my dorm room. So if you want to... Oh, no. I do have a few more. Where are they? I have two other ones. I have Castiel and Sam Winchester from Supernatural. My sister has Dean and shoot, what's his name? God, he's a demon. I can't think of his name. I believe that is everything I have from a KaiCon. So I'm gonna just share a story about a KaiCon, which I loved a KaiCon. This was my first anime convention, so I kind of didn't have any expectations. I mean I did because I've seen vlogs and stuff, but as a first timer, it was really cool because I dressed up as Shoto Todoroki. I'm just gonna go out there and say that now. But I had a really good experience. I will show a photo here, hopefully, maybe. I'm gonna look really stupid if I don't have the photo. But I got a really nice photo at the first panel I went to, which was a League of Villains Q&A panel. I met 5 amazing cosplayers from My Hero Academia. They were in Hawks. We had a Kurogiri, there was a Shigaraki, there was a Dobby, and there was a Twice, which me and the Twice have actually talked more recently, which is amazing, man. Like, yes. If you're seeing this, if any of you are seeing this, hi. I'm the face behind that Todoroki. We played Freeze. We had played, what was it? It was Freeze and Change, I believe. I think those are the two. And it was an amazing experience. I think it's one that I will never forget because it's so in the moment, which is why I didn't post any besides like on my story. That's why I didn't post anything about it in the time. And then after that, I went around the vendors hall, which I just showed you all the things I kind of got from the vendors hall. And then there was a cosplay and mental health panel that I went to, which was amazing. It really opened my eyes because as a cosplayer, I do have mental health issues. And I think that just knowing what mental health issues a lot of others have was really good to know because I have some of those symptoms of those, but I know some of them I don't have and some of them I do, even though I haven't been really tested. So knowing I'm not the only one who uses cosplay as a outlet was really nice, and getting to know some new cosplayers that I had never met. And then I also went to a How to Write Fanfiction panel, which was really, really good. I don't think I have anything negative to really say about any of the panels that I went to because they were all amazing. I had also gone to, after the How to Write Fanfiction, I stopped and I ate because I hadn't eaten yet. So I ate lunch, and yeah, I sat in a corner because I didn't know anyone at the con besides my brother who had taken me. But he was in a panel at the time when I was eating. So I ate, and when I was finished, I had thrown away trash, and I was going to go back and talk to the cosplayer who had done the mental health panel. But someone had called out Todoroki, and of course, being in Todoroki cosplay, I turned myself around, and they motioned me over. I walk over, and they're like, "I have a button here for you," because they had a Todoroki button. They couldn't find it. I'm like, "You're fine. Don't worry about it." the fact that you get recognized as that character in cosplay was amazing. It is, again, an experience I will never forget. That first time you get recognized in cosplay. If anyone sees this, if anyone who was at a CatCon this year in Lebanon sees this, thank you for this experience. Like, it was my first anime con too. Like, it was amazing. Like, I have been on online cons. First one in person was amazing. But again, online cons, you don't have to pay. So it was free to me back in 2020. So having this experience in person was amazing. After eating, there was a D&D panel that I went to about like funny D&D stories, and the stories were amazing. Oh Lord, I play D&D. I haven't played much lately because I'm in a new area. I don't know any DMs or anything like that. But it is so amazing to hear the different funny stories that people have. So after that, I went to another panel. It was an improv panel, which was amazing. And I had gone, and I don't think any panel hosted by anyone else than this one group could beat it for me personally. Like, the other panels, don't get me wrong, they were amazing, especially like the Q&A with League of Villains. They were amazing. However, this one group, they were so funny, they were interactive so much, especially just like the League of Villains one. But I think I kind of lean towards this group. One, they're multiple ongoers, but the League of Villains group, they were a cosplay panel. This one wasn't cosplay. So if I'm talking about a cosplay panel, obviously it's going to be the League of Villains. But if it's a non-cosplay panel, I think this group is the group I would go to for panels. I'm not going to say the name of like the groups, but this group hosted the improv panel, and they had like, you would write a sheet of paper with like a thing, like they had pre-made things, but you could write them a scene and they would have to act it out. Well, at one point it was like they asked for a volunteer, and they called me up because I raised my hand, and they're like, hey, come on up, Todoroki, because I was still in cosplay at the time. And they were like, it was like sing Let It Go to an audience member. So they had to sing Let It Go to Todoroki. It was amazing. And then after that panel was a magical girl panel, or it was magical boys and how to find them, and it was amazing. But I sat through that one, and I loved it. Gave me more insight on different animes that I might enjoy. Gave me some information on like more animes, and animes like Sailor Moon, like that I love. So that was really eye-opening for me to be able to do that. And then we get into the 18 plus panels. One sec. Before I move on to the 18 plus panels, so the group I had done the improv thing with, they were giving out little things for their volunteers. So I got 2 of these, which was amazing. But other than that, we move into our 18 plus panels. I'm not going to go into detail. I'm just going to kind of explain what happened. There was an 18 plus fan fiction. It wasn't like how to write 18 plus. It was reading 18 plus and like all that. And it was amazing. My brother had gone into that one. So me and my brother were sitting next to each other, and he was surprised on how much I had read, because I had just turned 18. But there was one point where we stood up and we got into a line and we would pull out a thing and we would try to read it without laughing. And I had pulled out a slip and the guy goes, please tell me it's not supernatural. And I had already opened it and he had looked over my shoulder and I'm like, it's supernatural, because I hadn't read it yet. But I look at him and be like, that'd be funny. And I look, it's supernatural. And I read it and he's like, oh, of course it was supernatural. And I'm here kind of like giggling, even though like I'm not laughing. I'm like kind of snorting, because it was funny. I don't remember what it said, but it was something about clowns. So it was nice to have that interaction with other congoers, being able to feel open about it. And then comes the Nets 18 plus panel, and it was dubbing our own spicy scenes. So they had spicy scenes ready, like mangas ready to go. There was a Scooby-Doo one that we read, there was a ramen noodle one, and then there was like a demon and a demon one that we read. It was amazing, and again, a really good experience that I don't think I'll ever forget. No one was judging anyone, and it was really eye-opening and like very welcoming area. And then we step out because to wait for the Nets panel, the Nets 18 plus panel, and my brother had already left. So I was there by myself and I didn't really know anyone, so I was just kind of sitting in the corner. My phone wasn't dying because I hadn't been on it, and I'm like looking at my stuff, and then the panel host come out and be like, hey, this is what's about to happen, we need consent. And I'm like, okay, I'm fine watching people do this. Again, I'm not gonna go into detail on what they were gonna do. I was like fine watching it, but if we were gonna do it like they said we were, I was like, no, because I had trauma with what was gonna happen because of past relationships. So at that point, there was no other panels I really wanted to go to besides that one, and then they had explained what was actually gonna happen, because you didn't know what it was based on what it had read. So I was like, yeah, no. So I call my parents. I'm like, hey, I'm ready to go. Can you come pick me up? Because at this point it was 11 p.m. anyways, and I had to get to camp the next day. So I call my parents. I'm like, hey, I'm ready to go. Come pick me up. So my dad comes pick me up, and I take off my wig halfway through the improv panel, by the way, because I was getting a headache. So at this point, my wig's off. I still have my makeup on though. But I took off my makeup during which one was it? I believe I took my makeup off during the reading 18 plus stuff. Not the dubbing, the reading. So at this point I was fully out of cosplay besides my clothes. My feet were killing me because I was in new shoes for Todoroki. So I go out because it was getting stuffy, I was getting a headache, all that good stuff. I walk out and I sit on the steps to the entrance of the building, and I sit there. I'm on my phone, I have earbuds in, and I just kind of breathe. It was my first breather of con, because con is stressful when it's your first time going. Let me just say that now. If you're going for the first time, go with someone, and please try and stick together. It is very stressful for a first timer, because there's a lot of people, of course you don't know anyone, but please go with people. I don't care if like you're going with your brother like I did and you don't stay together. At least go with someone that way you can be like, hey, I feel uncomfortable. There's someone like describe the person, is following me everywhere. Like, if something like that happens, have someone you can call that's at the con. I suggest that highly. I didn't have that experience at the con because it was an amazing experience, but just in case something does like that does happen, especially if you're like at a more known con. KaiCon's kind of small, but like if you're at VidCon or Comic Con or a con like that, that I highly suggest being with someone you know. Another panel I forgot to mention was a con experience con, which was like they basically kind of talked about old con experiences. They only used like a con, like they didn't name the cons. They were like at a con, and then they said a year. That way we didn't know what con it was. They were like, this happened or that happened, not to scare us newbies, but like to be like, oh yeah, this used to happen at cons, but here's something new that happened. Like now there's quiet spaces at cons, whereas there used to not, or they've gotten rid of something that used to be very popular. Stuff like that. That was one that they had also had. But yeah, again, I suggest going with someone who has either been to a con or just go with a friend. That way you can have that, hey, I need help, someone's following me. Or, hey, I don't know what to do, I don't have a panel until so and so time. Do you want to go around Artist Alley? That way, in my experience, I spent over like $300-400. That way you can have someone to be that person who's like, hey, don't spend that. Something I didn't show is I got 2 Funko Pops while I was there. I got my Toga and my Todoroki. I will show that at some point. Toga. I keep running over something, and I don't know what it is. It's fine. But Toga is here. She's super duper cute. And then I have a Todoroki, which can fully move. He does have a stand. Yeah. But again, that way you have someone to be your mental, your voice inside your head saying, hey, you don't need that. And your rationale so that you don't go and buy something you don't need. I suggest having a friend or someone like that who can do that. But again, if you haven't been to a con, I highly suggest going to a con at some point, especially if you're thinking about it. Like if you're an anime fan, go to an anime convention. If you like YouTube, go to VidCon at some point. Like, I highly suggest these experiences because they are lifetime memories that you will have for the rest of your life. I truly think that at some point, I will definitely be going to another con at some point in time. Don't know when, but I will go at some point. And at some point, I will go for a 3 days, all 3 days instead of just 1 day. So this is your symbol to go and look for cons in your area, and maybe go to 1 or 2. Now, don't spend all your money at a con, but don't spend rent money at con, but go to a con. Even if you don't go through Artist Alley, go and experience like walking around the con. Go and experience panels, meet new cosplayers, meet new people. This is your sign. Please, it's a great experience. But I think that's all the information I have about AkaiCon 2023 that I have, because I didn't really do much. So yeah, thank you for listening. Bye. Hi everyone. I'm just coming on to quickly say I have an idea for a little shop. I don't know if anyone's really gonna like it, so I'm going to go ahead and post about it just to see what people think. I love making loom bracelets. I love it so much. So I'm thinking about making a loom bracelet shop. As you can see here, I have a bunch of pre-made ones. So I was thinking maybe make like color ones and then maybe make like pride ones or character based ones or ship based ones too. So like this one's blue. These are like teals and black. I think it's a really pretty color combination. I have some orange and yellow, a sunset, which I can use pink instead if y'all would prefer, a non-binary one, a pansexual one, I have a trans one, I even have a demisexual one. Those are my pride ones that I have. And then I also have a black and purple. Again, really pretty color combination. Green and blue. Some just blues, like we can do singles, we can do fishtails, like, and a blue, purple, pink, yellow combination, which I think is gorgeous, man. Like, so those are just some ideas I have. Different color combinations, doing pride ones, character-based ones, ship-based ones, and obviously, like, I would also offer like extensions because some of those won't fit my wrist because I made them to fit someone else and they just never got them. But like obviously my wrist is bigger. Like if I do this, my fingers don't even touch unless I squeeze. So honestly, I'd offer like extensions. I would offer long extensions versus short ones. So like half a single versus a full single, or something along those lines. I'd offer necklaces. Obviously those would be more expensive, but I'm thinking along the lines of like bracelets being about $5 because the loom bands themselves are pretty cheap, but it's also my time and effort into them. And then shipping you'd have to pay shipping, and taxes. No one likes taxes, but you know. And then also like necklaces maybe would be probably about 10-15 bucks. I'm not 100% sure on these yet. And then extensions would be like maybe $2 for an extension. Mainly like, and like you'd have to like tell me extension this color or extension that color. There'd be a place for like create your own. You'd give me a design like a waterfall, a bridge, a single, fishtail, that type of design. And then your color combinations. Those would obviously be more expensive, probably about $2 or $3 more than like a normal bracelet. And then I'm also thinking maybe with the ship ones. The ship ones would be more expensive because it's multiple people. It's like, yeah, but like pride would be like $6, and then just colors would be like $4 maybe. And then the character based ones would probably be about $5. Again, multiple colors versus not multiple colors, it's gonna price range. And then necklaces are about 3 bracelets normally, 2 to 3, so that's why I'm saying 10-15. And then color, and then the ship ones would probably be around $8 for a bracelet, and then I'd probably multiply it by 2 or 3 to make a necklace out of. So that's my thought process on those. If anyone likes this idea, please let me know. And if you'd like me to actually do this, I would love to. Like, limb bands are so much fun to make. As you can see, I have like a whole bin plus more. So that's my thought process. Again, if you like this thought process, please let me know. If you have any other ideas, like besides ship, pride, character base, and just colors, let me know if you have any other ideas, because those are the ideas I came up with. And maybe I'll do like other things, like maybe, and then like the customized one, but maybe I'll do like them based on my OCs and based on feelings. Maybe we'll see what happens. But for now, I'm thinking the color-based character, ships, and pride are what I'm gonna go based on, and then bracelets, necklaces, and ascensions. And I don't know how I'm gonna do the shop. I don't know if I'll have to create a website, because that would be a lot. But that's my idea for now. Let me know what you think.